Self-doubt and self-imposed limitations have a way of creeping into my mind, no matter how much I work out, meditate, or journal. Once they take hold, escaping that dark place feels nearly impossible. But it does not have to be this way. Trust me. Here's a story about how I'm learning how to break free. Self-doubt has manifested itself in different forms since I was a kid. Growing up in a small town where I looked different than most kids in my class, and it brought insecurities about my identity and place in the world. Those insecurities bred doubt, and this ridiculous bowl cut wasn't doing me any favors. More recently, it comes from being the new guy on a platform I knew nothing about, so I had to learn by watching a lot of YouTube.
Comments down here. You could.
And over time, many of the YouTubers I started to admire and look up to happened to be in their early to mid-20s and were absolutely crushing it.
We're a little bit too old to take photos with these guys.
Contemporary complete. Magic.
And my 20s were It was impossible not to feel regret for the time wasted and the self-hatred for not making better use of it, unlike these younger creators. And I started to have an unhealthy obsession with what could have been. Even now, although I can keep these negative feelings at bay, they come back to haunt me whenever a video I release doesn't perform well. The regret and self-doubt creep back in, making me question if I'm too old and unable to give the time needed to succeed on this platform. And the self-doubt doesn't just stay confined to my creative work, it pours over into my personal life too. Cheeseburger, McChicken.
How many views your mobile app today?
And it's not just me who suffers. My wife has to deal with my constant second guessing and overthinking. It can be exhausting for her, and I know it puts a strain on our relationship. Babe, I have this new idea. Okay, so it's me rolling rocks down a hill, and the podcast idea on YouTube is called Rock and Roll.
Where are your legs?
Don't worry about that. Just, it's abstract. Grass, rocks, and me. That's all I need.
You're gonna rock and roll without legs. Oh, Roman, wow. See, now that's an idea. Look at that talent.
These moments of self-doubt can be paralyzing. They stop me in my tracks and make me question everything, which hinders my mental health and my ability to continue to make videos. When we impose limitations on ourselves, we're in a jail cell of our own making. We become our own gaslighters. Our expectations change and our reality becomes self-fulfilling. This quote perfectly captures the essence of self-doubt. Facing self-doubt head-on is not easy. It's a battle that sometimes feels unwinnable. But I've learned that acknowledging these feelings is the first step to overcoming them. The power of our mind is incredible. So what if we used it for good? What if we stepped outside of these limiting thoughts by reaching out to friends and family at our lowest points and talking to them about these feelings?
Hey, what's up, Mom?
Being in a negative mental state makes it nearly impossible to manage these things alone. Finding the root of self-doubt also helps me tackle these feelings and reframe them positively. For me, it's my age, a common insecurity in a society that puts youth on a pedestal. I remind myself that age brings wisdom and experience, and that everyone has their own timeline for success. Rick Rubin warns against thinking that anything out of our control is in our way. Our age is out of our control. Take this TV here from 1985, for instance. Do you think it gives a crap about how old it is? No. It just keeps playing white noise like it did when it rolled off the assembly line the same year Goonies and Back to the Future came out, and it will keep doing so until it can't anymore, because that's what it was born to do. And that's all self-doubt is. It's just white noise filling up my tiny little brain with nonsense and making it all but impossible to achieve my goals. And I try to acknowledge that every single day, that while self-doubt may always be a part of my life, it's important to be aware of those feelings and not ignore them. Bringing them out in the open gives them less power. Ruminating only makes them stronger and harder to shake. By harping on what could have been, we lose sight of the present. Making the most of the moments with people I genuinely love is so important. Being present with them helps keep me grounded and focused on the now. And I know I can't do it alone. So I turn to my friends, the ones who believe in me but will also be honest with me. And if you have a significant other as cool as my wife, they'll make cute affirmations and put them on your monitor to make your day. Or maybe it's a message from somewhere that means something bigger to you at that moment. I also realized that my ego and self-entitlement have contributed to my failures. I used to think that I deserved success just because I put in the effort, but it's a lot more than that. It takes more than just hard work. It takes humility, perseverance, and the willingness to learn from my mistakes. And to reach out when I need help too. I'll be the first to say that my last upload sucked. It was fun to shoot, but it didn't deserve to blow up, and that's okay. My camera presence was wishy-washy at best. There were certain scenes that dragged on far too long, and it just could have been executed better. But I'll only get better if I allow myself. By admitting my faults, taking ownership, and working on getting better, I can grow both as a creator and as a person. Making this video was a battle against my own self-doubt. Every single step of the way, from writing the script to publishing, was a challenge. Not to mention that I got bored halfway through because there are many videos I didn't publish because of self-doubt. Countless moments made me want to give up on this one, but I pushed through, reminding myself that progress, no matter how small, is still progress. And that's what this video represents for me. It's a small victory in a much larger war against self-doubt. It's proof that I can overcome my fears, that I can create something meaningful, even when that critical voice in my head is screaming otherwise. That's my cheesy message to you. Don't let self-doubt hold you back. Take that first step, even if it's small. Create something, share something, put yourself out there, because every little victory, every act of courage chips away at that wall of self-doubt, making it easier to face the next challenge. Speaking of challenges, as I continue to challenge myself and grow as a person, watch this video up here or maybe to the side, I don't know yet, for a laugh, and also be sure to roast me there and in the comments. That's the video I was kind of referring to and alluding to in this video.